Aka movies present another interesting Korean romantic story titled My First Love. I used to believe love was something you could outgrow. I was wrong. This is the story of my life. I met her when my pockets were empty and my dreams were heavier than my body. I had nothing, no connections, no money, no future anyone would bet on. I was living from borrowed hope to borrowed hope, surviving on pride and prayer. And yet, she saw something in me, something I couldn't even see in myself. She loved me when loving me made no sense. When I was walking long streets with worn-out shoes, she walked beside me. When I skipped meals, she split hers in two. When I doubted myself, she believed enough for both of us. She didn't love me for who I was. She loved me for who I could become. And she waited, patiently, faithfully, quietly. She became the source of my rising. What the world never knew was that the money that later surrounded me did not come from luck alone. It came from sacrifice, from her hands, from her faith, from doors she opened and burdens she carried in silence. She lifted me when I was crawling. She invested in me when I was still broken. And then, God blessed me. Suddenly, I was no longer invisible. Suddenly, people noticed me. Money came. Respect followed. My name started sounding important. And somewhere between the blessing and the applause, I lost my way. I didn't stop loving her. No, that's the painful part. I started avoiding her. I told myself lies that sounded reasonable. I said I was protecting her. I said the world I was entering was too dangerous for her. I said distance was temporary, but the truth was uglier. I was afraid. Afraid she would remind me of who I used to be. Afraid that loving her openly would expose the source of my success. Then I met the new girl. She was everything society approved of. Rich background, powerful father, clean image, the kind of woman that makes people nod in approval. Being with her felt like a strategy, not a feeling. I hid under her father's wealth, not because I loved her, but because I needed protection. What she never knew was that the man she loved was already married in spirit. She didn't know that every night, my heart went back to the woman I abandoned. She didn't know that the money funding my family, my dreams, even my stability, came from the very woman I pretended no longer existed. I was living a lie, dressed as success. Then one day, she insisted. She said she wanted to see my home. She said she wanted to know me fully. That was the day my life broke open. Because from that moment, I entered a relationship I never planned a life, where I had to pretend to be present, pretend to love, pretend to be a husband, pretend to be a father to 2 children, a girl and a boy, both in their early teens, children who looked at me with innocent eyes, unaware that the man before them was exhausted from acting. I stayed, not out of love, but survival. I took care of them. I provided. I smiled when required. I played the role so well that even I started believing it. And slowly, something terrifying happened. I began to feel nothing. The love that once consumed me went quiet, not dead, just buried. I slept in the same bed with the right woman, yet my soul was elsewhere. Days passed, months passed, and my heart became numb, like it was protecting itself from its own truth. Then sickness came. Deadly cancer. It didn't knock politely. It invaded my body and stripped me of dignity, strength, and pride. I became weak, dependent, unattractive, afraid, and that was when reality revealed itself. After just 2 weeks of responsibility, she left. No long speech, no tears worth remembering, just absence. And when the world expected me to collapse completely, she returned. My first love, my only love. She didn't come with anger.
You must eat. It will help you get stronger. I never stopped for you.
She didn't ask questions. She didn't demand explanations. She simply came and stayed. She cleaned my wounds. She fed me when I couldn't lift my hands. She sat through silent nights and painful mornings. She watched my body break down and never looked away. When the doctors spoke in heavy tones, she held my hand tighter. She loved me again, this time when I was nothing again. And as the wounds healed, something else healed too. I realized the cruelest truth of my life. The woman I tried to escape was the only place I ever belonged. She loved me in poverty. She loved me in success. She loved me in sickness. And I loved her badly, late, fearfully. This is my story. Not of perfect love, but of lost time, painful lessons, and a love that refused to die even when I tried to bury it. In another life, in another version of me, I would have chosen her openly from the start. But this life taught me something deeper. Real love doesn't leave when it's inconvenient. It stays, even when it's wounded. And that is the love that saved my life.
They're noticing. It's a start.
I want to be better for them.
For all of us.